Hi there, in this video you're going to learn about the percent proportion. The percent proportion is when one ratio or fraction compares part of a quantity to the whole quantity. The other ratio is the equivalent percent written as a fraction with a denominator of 100. So for example, if you had 4 out of 5 is 80, the part would be 4, the whole would be 5. So 4 out of 5 is 80%. So 80% written as a fraction is 80 over 100. Now you can think of it like this, or the way that I would rather think of it is this. Is over of equals percent over 100. So if you see here, it says 4 out of 100 is 80%. So the percent right here would go up here. 4 out of 5. So 5 is going to go here, and 4 is going to go at the top. So 4 is 80% of 5. That's how that would be read. So if we look here, what percent of $15 is $9? What percent of $15 is $9? What are we looking for here? Well, we're looking for percent, right? So if we're looking for percent we said was above the 100. So percent is going to be our x. Okay, so when we're going to set this up like this. So we have of $15. So the of $15 is going to go at the bottom. Is 9. So 9 is. So we're going to put 9 at the top. Okay, so this is the part 9. This is the whole 15, and we're trying to find our percent. So how do we do this? We just solve. We just solve as we normally would a proportion. So we just cross multiply. So 9 times 100 is 900. 15 times x is 15x. Then you would divide both sides by 15, and you would get your answer to be 60. Okay, so in other words, 60%, right? 60% is 9 over 15. Okay, so what number is 40% of 120? So what number is, so we don't know what it is, right? We don't know what the number is. So this is going to be our x here. 40% we know is going to go up here. So not x percent, but 40% over 100. So this of 120 is going to go down here at the bottom where it says of. So what number is 40% of 120? So what number is 40% of 120? So now we can cross cancel, or cross multiply, I should say. 100x is equal to 4,800. Divide both sides by 100, and you get your x to be 48. Here's our next example. We have 18 is 25% of what number? So we have 18 is, right? So 18 is going to go up here. 25%. So percent's going to go up here. Of what number? Of, we don't know what number, right? Okay, so let's set that up. We have 18 over x, then 18 is 25% of what number? And then we just cross multiply. So we have 1800 is equal to 25x. Divide both sides by 25, and you get your x to be 72. Okay, here's our next example, our final example, I should say. The average adult male Western lowland gorilla eats about 33.5 pounds of fruit each day. How much food does the average adult male gorilla eat each day? So let's look over here on the side. So if he eats about 33.5 pounds of fruit each day, okay, so 33.5 pounds of fruit. How much food does the average adult male gorilla eat each day? So we know that 33.5 pounds is the part, right? Because that's only some of what he eats. But you need to find the whole. So he eats fruit, he eats seeds and leaves and stems and whatever, and he eats insects as well. So he eats 67% of his diet is this fruit, which is 33.5 pounds. So if 67% is the fruit, right, and 33.5 is also fruit, make 33.5 your part, right? Because that's how many pounds he eats out of a total. We don't know how many pounds he eats total, but we know that the fruit is 67% out of 100. So this is how we're going to set up our proportion. We're trying to figure out how much food does he eat in total. If you add up all these numbers, they equal 100%. So we're trying to find out how much the total is, how many pounds, I should say, the total is. So just cross multiply. 33.5 times 100 equals W times 67. So we have 3,350 is equal to 67W. Divide both sides by 67, and you get your W to equal 50. So the average adult male gorilla eats 50 pounds of food each day. Here's some concluding thoughts. Just remember your setup. Part over whole is equal to percent over 100, or you could just think of is over of is equal to percent over 100. Cross multiply and then divide both sides of the equation by the number next to the x. Okay, so cross multiply and then divide both sides by, right here. Cross multiply and then divide both sides by the number that's next to the x. Like here, I divided both sides by 67. All right, I hope you learned how to set up the percent proportion. Thank you for watching.